Welcome to the another video of the basic electrical engineering. Here we will discuss the semester question set 2. The questions that we been asked is of the first question of theory 4 marks and the numerical of 6 marks. The theory is like define KCL and KVL. In that case, you have to just write briefly what is KCL. Summation of the current at a node is equal to 0. And KVL, sum of all the voltage source and the drop in a closed path is equal to 0. Next is this numerical is there. In this numerical, it is asked to solve it using KCL and KVL. So this becomes a very complex problem because here you are not asked to solve by using mesh analysis or node analysis. So when asked KCL and KVL, so you have to begin. Every element will be noted with a different current if they are in parallel. So like we started with the current I1, it split into I2 and I3. This I3 will be same till this node. After that it will again split between I4 and I5. Here I2 and I5 add up to I6, and now I6 and I4 add up to I1 over here. In this way, this becomes a complex circuit is ready. So now you have to solve it one by one. For that you have to give a node some point A, B, C, this is D and E, so that you can define a path. So applying KVL in a closed path, that is A, B, C, A, E, A, B, C, E, then A, and in this path. So in this path, what is the I2 first, I2 into 1, then I6 into 3, then 4 into I1 is equal to 24. Next you can have another path A, B, B, A. So you have to start from A, you have to end at A. Similarly you have another path D, C, B, D. D, C, B, D. By taking these three paths, we are able to touch all the elements. So no need to go for further KVL applying. Next we can apply the KCL and get the relation between the current. It is seen also that I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Similarly we can say like I3 is equal to I4 and I5, I4 plus I5, and I6 is equal to I2 and I5. So now we have got 6 equations done. So what we have to do is we have to carefully solve because there are 6 number of equations, and if we go on solving, you can use a matrix, transforming into terms of matrix and solve the value of the current, but for that you need a very big calculator is required, or a programming calculator is required, or you convert everything on the other side, like here we have try to convert everything in terms of 560 equation 3, and okay, this I1, so I1 is in terms of I2 and I3. So I3 value and I2 value we substitute over here and try to get in terms of 4 and 6, I2 in terms of 6 and 5, I3 in terms of 4 and 5. We try to shift inside like I4, I5, I6. In these 3 terms we are going to get I1, I2, I3 we will nullify. We will try to replace these 3 in terms of these 3. So using this process, what we did in this equation like 1, 2 and 3, wherever we get I1 and I2, we replace it. I2, I3, this here you don't need to replace. And after replacing, we get all in terms of 4, 5, 6. See, 4, 5, 6. In this term, we have replaced it. And then solving any two of it, like equation 3, this is one equation, the unique, this is 1, this is 1. If 3 and 8 we will solve, we can also eliminate one of the term. That we eliminate is 4. Then 6 and 5 is there. So similarly 6 and 5 we can get by taking equation 3 and equation 8. So you take these 3 and 9, you take 3 and 8 and replace into two different variable equation and get the value of I5, I6. Once you get I5 and I6, our purpose is solved. We get I2 because I2 is equal to I5 and I6. This in this relation it is I2 and I6 because here it is I2 is equal to I6 minus I5. I2 is equal to I6 minus I5. That value is positive, obviously. 2.054 minus 0.66, 1.39 ampere, and that is the answer. Next question is define Norton's theorem. So in Norton's theorem, any network, you can convert this network in terms of a Norton current source and a resistance in parallel. And then whatever the load is between A and B, you can convert, you can just put that load over there. So now this conversion process, this is the theorem you have defined. So this will be 4 marks, and this numerical you have to solve. The numerical is given over here. The load is fixed here, that is 4 ohm between A and B. Now we have, when we redraw this circuit, redraw here, this A and B, we 4 ohm we replace and we short circuit, and this short circuit, this current is from A to B. IN is the current which is flowing from A to B. Since we short circuit the 8 ohm, so whatever the current between A to B, from A to B, the same current will be reflected from from here also. So we know that now what is the value of IN. So this problem, we just use a node analysis here and get V minus 24 by 8, V by 8, V plus 4 by 4. Because this 8 ohm is meaningless because it is short circuit. Get the value of V, get the value of IN, that is 2 ampere. Also we can get the same circuit is redrawn here, replacing all the sources with internal resistance. This is 0. So short circuit, this is short circuit, no current source. And so this is like 8 and 8 in parallel. This is 4 and 4 in series, 8 and 8 parallel. This is 4 ohm. So we have got Rn value, that is 4, IN value, that is 2. Now substitute this value, we get 1 ampere as the answer. So this is question number 2. Next is question number 3. In the question number 3, it is that series RLC circuit is connected to a 230 volt 50 Hz single phase AC supply. So here we have RLC circuit. So when R is there, it's fine. XL, it is omega into L. So omega is 2 pi f and XC is 1 by 2 pi f into C. So we get the value of XL is very low, see 4. XC is 22. So keep in mind, like this is very less and XC is very high. And now what is the value of the reactance? Reactance is, let me write this total Z. The total value of Z is R plus XL minus XC into J. This is the value of the total value of the Z. So the reactance value is obviously XL minus XC, that is negative term it will come, minus of, this is just a linear addition of the XL and XC. So we get minus of this value, negative value, not the positive value. And Z is equal to R square plus square of the negative term, so it is positive. So this is 19.39. Current is okay, very easy. You can write in terms of polar form, or you can simply write the magnitude. Answer is this magnitude 11.86. This is the answer. This angle will be used to determine the power factor. We can write the power factor is net reactance, that is the minus 18.736 divided by 5 is the resistance. The tan inverse of this value will give you the 5, that is 75. Cos of this is 0.25. This is the power factor. So when you draw the phasor diagram, the current should be in the reference axis, that is the x-axis. So when you multiply the current with resistance, there is no J term, so this direction is obviously along the current. And we multiply the current with the capacitive reactance, minus J is coming, so it will be downward, this big magnitude. When you multiply J with XL, it will be upward, JI into XL. So now when you add these two, it is dominating is the negative term, because we see it is 22, right? So obviously we get a negative higher value, so we'll get some higher value up to here. So when we take this IR and this term we add, we getting the direction of the V. So that now the phasor diagram is complete. 75 degrees is the angle between the direction of the current, resultant current, and the resultant total input, total voltage. So here the phasor diagram completes. Another question was there, the question number 4. Here what are the two type of rotor? We have a squirrel cage, and you can describe the squirrel cage and the slip ring. And only the difference is that in squirrel cage the rotor are like a cage and they are short circuited. Whereas in the slip ring, all the three windings are connected with the slip. The slip means they are connected with the ring, and the ring is rotated along with the rotor. Now this is the rotor part which is rotating, right? If this is rotating, the slip need to be rotated, and this rod is static, and this slip is connected with three resistances. Now this resistance you can say a variable resistance. It can be 0 or you can make it any value. So there is an advantage of the slip ring induction motor, also the disadvantages. The advantage is that starting torque is very high. Okay, and so you can elaborate all those things. Another is induction motor can never run at synchronous speed. Yes, unless the load is active. But suppose you are moving in a straight like this, so obviously the induction motor can never run at synchronous speed. But if if there is a incline downward, then there is a possibility of induction motor can have higher speed than the rated value. So we are not talking about the active load, we are talking about any passive load over here. So the torque, if the motor is running at synchronous speed, the electromagnetic torque will be 0. So this will be the answer. So you can explain a little bit of it and you can get 10 out of 10. What are the characteristics of the battery? So there are like different characteristics a battery can have. So you need to just write down the points and elaborate a little bit of it, so you can get full marks out of it. And next you have the question number 6. DC shunt generator has an induced voltage. First it is a shunt generator. So make a generator symbol with the shunt winding, and output is a terminal VT. So now induced voltage on open circuit is 127. Induced voltage is nothing but Eg is the induced voltage. This is the induced voltage. Open circuited doesn't matter, so just induced voltage is 127. When the machine is loaded, then the terminal voltage is 120. Obviously this value is less. Find the load current. If the field resistance is 15, the RF is given. So now we can write an equation here. Eg is equal to Vt plus IaRa by KVL in this path. and here we can write the value of IA as 3650 ampere. This 350 ampere is IA. RF is the current which is flowing in this RF. Obviously this is 120 by 15 because 120 is the terminal voltage here, 15 is the RF. So this is 8 ampere. So you have to subtract this 8 ampere from this 350 ampere and get the value of the IL. That is 342 ampere as the answer. So this is a solution of the set 2 of the basic electrical engineering. See you again with another set solution.